Hi guys, Big Mon here, and welcome to my next video discussing the changes in the 6.82 patch. This video is about Bloodseeker, who has been completely reworked. Some of the changes are really minor, but he's got massive changes to his abilities. He's pretty much a completely new hero. So, the small changes first. He's had his base movement speed reduced from 300 to 290. That's quite a significant movement speed nerf at the start of the game. He's had his first ability, True Sight, and Sight are now at. There's one threshold, and it just grants True Sight. So there's no more 50% for Sight and 25% for True Sight. It's just 30% True Sight, which I think is a lot better because Bloodseeker was he was really useful against jungle heroes before, because you quite early on you see somebody low health in the jungle, it makes them really easy to go and jump for a gank, and it made jungling when there was a Bloodseeker on the other team was really dangerous, and you'd only have to get down to half health and there's a good chance you're going to get jumped. So I think that's a really good change. I do still think the percentage should be split, but I do completely agree it needed to be like that, because 50% and he sees you, it was just wrong. It does now show a debuff on the enemy hero when they've been revealed, which I don't think strictly necessary, because you can look at your health bar and see, oh, it's about 30%, but I suppose it just helps you not have to do the math, because you know exactly, am I visible or not. So if you're pushing it, it's a bit iffy, you know, if you are hiding in the jungle or something like that, or if you are trying to do a clutch heal to escape from Bloodseeker's sight, it can be really handy in that regard. Now, the movement and damage bonuses are now proportional to how low the enemy's HP are. So instead of just being straight up stacks, they're proportional. So it scales in a linear fashion. So previously, when they got down to 50% health, it granted the full stack. Now it's proportional. When an enemy is at 100% health, you get none of the bonus. When they're at 1% health, you get the full bonus, which I don't really see how that makes a great deal of sense. Mostly because you're not even going to get a stack until they're at 30% health. So you're going to get, basically what you're going to get is you're only going to get 70% of the movement speed boost and 70% of the damage boost when they hit 30%. And then you're going to get more of a movement speed boost and more of a damage boost the lower they get. And I don't see as that makes sense, because you know, usually if you're down to 1 HP and there's a Bloodseeker nearby, you're dead. End of story. Buffing him even more makes no sense at all. I suppose the only way it could make sense is if you're in a team fight, an enemy running away rather than dying just makes Bloodseeker more powerful, which means if he's got lifesteal around him, or he's got his first ability on, the reworked one, then perhaps you're just making Bloodseeker more dangerous and you'd be better off dead. But anyway, so small changes there, but very significant. The speed and damage bonus has been increased. I think that's to sort of balance out the fact that you're not going to get the full bonus until somebody's pretty much dead. So it's gone from 5, 15, 25, 35 to 10, 20, 30, 40. So quite a significant boost at level 1, but at level 4, yeah, you know, 35 to 40 is hardly anything. At that point in the game, you're going to be hitting really hard anyway. 5 extra damage is nothing. Nothing at all. Rupture, very significantly, no longer deals any initial damage at all. I really like this change because quite often what would happen with Rupture, particularly with a tanky character, is you would get hit by the Rupture, then just stand there, let somebody run interference while the Rupture wears off, and because it used to only take 6 seconds. But now, no initial damage, but it lasts 12 seconds. And that's massive. I mean, it basically means that you cannot run around in a fight for 12 seconds. So if you get caught out solo with Bloodseeker, you are pretty much guaranteed to be dead. I do think it does kind of give you a chance to fight back, because quite often what would happen with Bloodseeker is he would find a squishy hero like Crystal Maiden out on their own, he'd Rupture. Between the Rupture and the time it takes them to react to stop, they're almost dead anyway. Then he kills her, even though she's nuked him. He's going to heal up. So it wasn't really fair on like the squishy nukers, but now squishy nuker is going to do nothing. So you react, you're probably going to lose maybe 100, 200 health depending on how much you react. Then you're going to turn around and you're going to nuke the hell out of Bloodseeker. You're going to stun him, you're going to hit him with some big damage. He's going to be less likely to be able to heal himself up because of his first ability. We'll get to that in a minute. But so it's going to give, at the very least, it's going to cost him more to pick on squishy nukers. But again, it's going to give him an advantage against tanky people. Normally as a tanky character, you could just, the Rupture damage, when you got 3k of health, the Rupture damage was nothing. You just stand there for 6 seconds and then run off. But now 12 seconds where you can't follow a fight. I mean, if fights don't generally stay in the same place, so really significant. Of course, the cooldown has also been changed. Instead of 70, 60, 50, it's now flat out 60 seconds. So just a little bit of rebalancing there. I don't see as that's massively useful. It wasn't really short enough to get off twice in a fight anyway, so no big deal there. Okay, so the two really big abilities. Now, Bloodseeker's second ability has been replaced. Bloodbath he's now gone. His passive Bloodbath completely gone. You can no longer passively heal just by killing things. So Bloodseeker changed completely in that regard. No more healing with a passive. You can heal with Blood Rage, but we'll get to that in a sec. Now he's got this completely new ability, Blood Rite, and what he does is he baptizes an area in sacred blood. After 3 seconds the ritual completes, causing enemies caught in the area to take damage and become silenced. This has a really cool animation as well, but I think the whole point of this is it's team fight, because Bloodseekers historically, they do not show up to team fights, particularly in pub games. They're just not there. They want to go off, get solo kills, or just go gank it. There's not a lot of team fight attendance with a Bloodseeker. Whereas now you've got this really cool ability where you go like that, and it's got a massive area. And if anyone stays in this area for 3 seconds, anyone stays in that area, they're going to be silent. So it's a massive area, but they do get 3 seconds to get out of it. So if I just cast that again, so take a look at this area, it's absolutely huge. And as it disappears, everybody in it, all the enemies in it get silenced. And 240 damage, which is not massive, but it's a really decent nuke for Bloodseeker now. He lacked any reasonable nukes before, and I think the fact that he's not going to be able to instantly heal and counter harass as much, he needs a little bit of nuke to balance him out. But now, Bloodseeker wouldn't be Bloodseeker if he couldn't heal. So the question is, how does he heal? Well, he still heals in the same way, by killing things, but the ability has been changed. With Blood Rage has been changed quite significantly here. Now, just the duration has been extended to 9, 10, 11 and 12. Cooldown is 12, 10, 8 and 6, which means once you've maxed it out, you can have it on 2 units at once. So you can have it on an enemy and you can have it on you and your other carry. The cast point has also been halved, so you can get it off quicker. The amplified damage has been changed. It's now 25%, 30%, 30%, 35% and 40%. And there is no mana cost anymore. So Bloodseeker, he's a little bit more mana heavy with Blood Right costing a bit more mana. But Blood Rage costs no mana at all. Blood Rage used to cost 80. Blood Right costs 100. So he's a little bit more mana heavy, but not significantly. So, how do we heal with it? Right, so basically whenever you kill it no longer simply amplifies base damage. It amplifies all damage the silenced unit makes and all damage they take. So it amplifies magic damage, it amplifies composite, all damage amplified. I'm not sure if that includes pure, because the whole idea of pure is it's not modified, but basically so it amplifies damage quite significantly. 40% from all sources. So you imagine you can combo that with the Laguna Blade, for example, at 1200. 1200 damage Laguna Blade, or is it 1250? Plus 40%. That's 1750 before you've got the Veil of Discord out. You're going to be talking over 2k damage with that. And that's horrible. Again, this makes Bloodseeker much more useful in teamfights because he's able to amplify the damage that your casters can do as well. So he's much more team orientated now, a Bloodseeker. But this is where his heal comes in, because anyone affected by Blood Rage can be healed by if they are killed. The person who kills them gets 25% of their max health, or if they make a kill, the person who they kill, you get 25% of their max health. So it works while you've got Blood Rage on. If I just unpause the game here, while you've got Blood Rage on, if I go kill these, so you see my health goes up when I make the kill.
For the twins. By the flame.
The thing is, if somebody kills me while that's active, they'll get 25% of my max health. So it can be risky. You can end up healing the enemy carry.
Your middle tower is under attack.
And if for some reason you've gone for a tanky Bloodseeker, you could heal the enemy carry for quite a huge amount. It could be really devastating for your team. So yeah, really big rework for Bloodseeker. He has been taken out of Captain's mode because of this rework.
Your middle tower
the rework
is
so
under
significant.
attack.
Obviously, they want to check the balance out. But I really like this. I think.
As the twins direct.
I mean, it does look amazing. And as you may have noticed,
yes.
We have a new active on the butterfly. We can trade the evasion for 20% speed boost, which is really handy. But we'll go over items in another video. So guys, if you play Bloodseeker, please let me know what you think of the Bloodseeker changes. I don't play them a lot, but I do really like them. I think they're much more team orientated and I play with the team a lot. I think if you're a solo Bloodseeker player, you are really going to dislike these changes. They are going to make your laning phase a little bit harder. But please let me know what you think, guys. And if you found this video useful, please drop me a like or even a subscribe. So see you in the next video, guys. Have a great day.